ghostly apparitions that appear in impossible places, an inexplicable silhouette that makes a glass explode, and even the story of a woman who every night, and in a terrifying way, always climbs to the roof of her house at the same hour. These are just 3 examples that represent the tip of the iceberg of this compilation of 7 new paranormal discoveries. So stay with me, because I know that tonight won't be so easy for you to fall asleep. My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present 7 true horror stories accompanied by videos that will paralyze your soul. Number 7. Since you are not recorded 24 hours a day, have you ever thought of how many paranormal things have occurred to you? I ask you this because the paranormal can happen to anyone and at any time. Sometimes they occur without you realizing it, like what happened in this recording. A paranormal event that existed without warning. Nothing paranormal had ever been reported in their house, and neither had experienced anything close to the paranormal, yet they managed to record an incredible video. You see, the image you're looking at corresponds to 2 girls trying to get a mouse out of their playroom. Both they and the person recording were so aware of the mouse that no one noticed one of the strangest paranormal phenomena I've ever seen. Let's see if you can capture it the first time.
Nos va a comer. Ay, ya la vi, mierda. Está ahí, estoy atrás. Ay, pinche rata asquerosa. Güey, nos va a tragar.
Ay, fue muy rápido.
Güey, no mames. Está atrás de la ventana. Güey, salió volando. Cállate. ¿Dónde está?
Did you manage to see it? Although it is hardly perceptible through the camera lens, if we slow down the speed, we can appreciate the presence of a strange face that seems to be staring at what was happening inside the room. You may be wondering why I find this video so odd. Well, the answer is that this room is on the 2nd floor. There is no way that a person can be standing out there. How did this happen? According to them, this video is real. They did not prepare it, and there is no staircase on the outside. Do you think it is a spiritual entity? Comment below. Number 6. Luciano R.A. is the subscriber who somewhat uneasy contacted me to show a strange situation captured by a security camera inside his aunt's house. In his email, he assures that for days, strange whispers have been heard there that have suddenly awakened his aunt in the middle of the night. He says he had never witnessed anything strange until one day he decided to check the camera he had in the living room, at which point his darkest fear came true. Pay attention. Our subscriber states that the next day he checked both the recording and the camera again and again to make sure that it was not a trick, lint, an insect, or any other thing that distorted the image. None of that happened at that moment, assuring that some sort of whitish shadow did indeed appear in that place. What could that be? Could we be facing some bizarre entity? Both Luciano and his aunt think so. Do you think the same? Leave it in the comments. Number 5. The believers in the occult affirm that the suffering of people works as a true magnet for the occurrence of anomalous phenomena. The collective pain causes a kind of negative energy that facilitates the appearance of the inexplicable, and the recording found in this position is perhaps a testimonial to that. The image you are looking at corresponds to a clip captured in a hospital in the city of Acapulco, Mexico, made just one day after the terrible earthquake that occurred in September 2021. While a man was recording the disaster that this tragic event had left, his camera captured the presence of something extremely disturbing. Surely, if the cameraman had seen what appeared at the end of the corridor, this search would have ended in a desperate attempt by the man wanting to leave the hospital as soon as possible. However, since he didn't notice that, we have the opportunity to appreciate more closely what is moving in the background. A somewhat transparent figure that seems to be hunched over or walking in a crouched position. Did you notice? Could it be lint or something natural? Our subscriber fervently believes that it is the spirit of someone who died from this incident, or of some soul that has been tied to this place for a long time. It's a small figure, so that helps us to completely rule out that it is an employee or a hospital patient, because, as is known after the earthquake, this place was completely uninhabited. Could it be that that being was attracted after the occurrence of that natural disaster? Tell me what you think. Number 4. The innocence of children is without a doubt a pure and a prejudice-free treasure. An innocence that reaches such a point that they can even naturally take on strange manifestations that in the eyes of any adult would be absolutely terrifying. Discovering some of that in the video that a subscriber found while browsing the Slapped Ham YouTube channel. In the footage, a security camera records a girl playing lively with her cat on the stairs of a residential building. A normal situation that would change abruptly when the girl finds herself face to face with what, by all accounts, seems like a supernatural phenomena. Observe carefully. Both the girl and her pet stopped and fixed their attention on something indefinite. However, if you pay attention, you may notice something moving in the background. Do you see it? Isn't that a hand? From the girl's behavior, we can determine that she doesn't understand who is there. And if you look closely, the cat doesn't seem to understand it either, since it lies there, somewhat crouched, with its tail downward, as if worried. Imagine that this was your daughter. Wouldn't you be terrified of not knowing who she was communicating with? Especially knowing that no one should be there. Number 3. For Miguel de Jesus Cruz, what you will see below is the concrete testimony of what he defines as a true swarm of inexplicable phenomena that are occurring inside a hospital in Mexico. Demonstrations that evidently keep all the personnel who work on the premises on the brink of a nervous breakdown. Our subscriber tells us that they had already been victims of many unpreventable events, but none compares to the one that was captured by a security camera. What happened? Pay attention.
¿Cómo sé?
¿Quién está al otro lado?
No sé, pero alguien pasa acá y no hay nadie. ¿Eh? ¿Viste que pasó una sombra?
Sí.
You do notice that shadow passing just behind before the glass breaks, right? It was not the product of an earthquake, or that someone had thrown a stone or other heavy element. As the image shows, the glass simply breaks on its own. According to the statements given by the people who can be seen on the screen, at that moment, no one was present at the scene. And indeed, if you look carefully, no one appears behind the glass. So who or what does that silhouette belong to? A question that no one in our subscribers' environment has been able to answer. Number 2. What lies in this position is not a video, but rather a set of images that serve as evidence for the story sent by one of our subscribers. A woman named Gladys wrote telling me about something that she still doesn't know if it could be paranormal or not. What she does know is that it has been terrifying her for several days now. She tells me that the incidents you are about to learn about started happening out of the blue. And recently, opposite her house, her neighbor George lives with his wife, who doesn't go out much. Gladys did not want to reveal her identity since George's wife is the main protagonist of this story. During the entire time that she has lived here, Gladys did not exchange many words with her neighbor. Before, she would see her go out and sweep, sit on her porch, but for years, she's hardly seen her. At least it was like that until 2 weeks ago. At least twice a week, and with the punctuality of a clock, at 5 in the morning, the neighbor leaves her house and climbs onto the roof. What you see now is a real image taken by Gladys. The first time she saw her doing this, she left worried since she might fall, but the woman was just standing there, without moving and looking at the horizon. Gladys has tried to talk to George, but he doesn't want to talk about it, saying his wife has been ill for a long time, and that at night he has to lock her up in her room so she doesn't go out. But still, and even though he hides the keys, the woman keeps finding a way to get to the roof. The entire neighborhood is terrified by the behavior of this woman and also about her health, since sometimes at that hour the temperatures are very low and the woman is up there barefoot. No one has been able to talk to her, and up to now, she keeps going out twice a week, escaping her husband, to stay up there, staring at nothing. What do you think of this case? Leave your opinion in the comment box. Number 1. In this position, we find ourselves with a case that has recently attracted attention on the TikTok video platform, and whose main protagonist, or perhaps the victim, is the young man who appears on the screen. His account is called Muru75, and at first it was dedicated to showing the day-to-day life of this young man, sharing humorous and comical videos along with the antics of his little cat. However, everything changed when he posted the following video. Maru75 says that his pet has been showing strange behavior for a few days, but he had not given it much importance until what you just saw in the video happened. While his account was filled with various comments, Maru75 decided to go back and update his channel with a new video that hinted that something else is present in his life, sharing the same space as him. What is happening in his apartment? Do you think he and his cat are in danger? These are the questions that many hope will be answered in the future publications. Let me know your opinion in the comment box section, as this video has come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret